Alright, so we're doing number 27 on the test, or number 5 in the calculator portion, so if you want to follow along. And what that problem states is that it's 2 plus 13 sine x equals 14 cosine squared x. And this is a fairly straightforward problem because you do have the option for a calculator. The first thing to note is that you are in degrees. So when you're doing this problem, it's in degrees. Hopefully I spelled that right. And your window should be from 0 to x to 360. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to set your viewing window. Remember, you have to be in degrees mode for this. And so your x is going to be from 0 to 360. And then your y, since you do see the 14 in front of the cosine squared as the amplitude, and you see the 2 in front of the sine, you're probably going to want to put it around 15. And because around 15 to negative 15, if you want to simplify it, that'd probably be easier. But just for now, I would just put my y min at negative 15, y max at 15. And again, once we zoom in, you'll probably be able to zoom this down more briefly, but just to be safe so you don't miss it, at this point, put it at 15 to 15. Alright, so then what we're going to want to do is you're just going to want to start plugging in. So your y1 is going to equal 2 plus 13 sine x. And you're just going to plug this in extremely straightforward. And y2 is going to be 14 cosine squared x. Again, this is just literally just plug it in. And you may have to hit cosine twice for cosine squared, but other than that, it should be extremely straightforward. So once you have your graph, which should look something like... Okay, well, I'm out of my window, so I'm just going to... you'll be able to see it. You need your calculator here for this. And so so your graph should look something like... Well, it's essentially two sine curves. I'm not going to draw them because they tend to overlap. But so what you're going to want to do then is, if you haven't done this, you're going to hit second, calculate, and 5, which is intersect. And you can start with either one. I tend to start with the later one because if I make a mistake, I can probably always find the easier one just by plugging them in. But you get that x equals 145.150 degrees, and it goes one more out, but we're not rounding. And on the test, it does round to just one decimal place, which would put you at 145.2. But since we are learning this for the sakes of Mr. Hawks' test, you're going to want to round to 3 decimal places always, unless he specifies otherwise. And then for the second one, what you're going to get is through second intersect, you are going to get x equals 34.850 degrees. And again, this is 34.9 degrees on the test. But for Mr. Hawks' exam, you're going to want to round this to 3 decimal places. Alright, so that's it. Thank you.